everyone, this is Dr. Santosh. Today we will be talking about a very important topic of essential amino acid catabolism, that is lysine catabolism. In this topic we will talk about lysine catabolic pathway and significance of pathway. In significance we will talk about the significance of glutaric acidemia and pipercolonic acid. Now let's talk about the pathway. So lysine catabolic pathway there are two pathways. One is main pathway. You see this is called saccharopin pathway, and then second is pipercolonic acid pathway. So this is the major pathway. Saccharopin pathway is a major pathway of lysine catabolism. This is minor pathway. Lipocolonic acid pathway is minor pathway. Saccharopin pathway occurs in mitochondria of liver, whereas this pipercolonic pathway occurs partially in mitochondria and also in peroxisome, especially in neuronal tissue. Now, before going to talk about lysine catabolism, let me first talk about the lysine structure. So, structure of lysine is very easy to understand. You just draw a L structure like this, L structure, and this is lysine. So, lysine structure is very easy. Lysine is a six carbon containing amino acid, and it is an essential amino. So, you can count the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 carbon. You draw the 6 carbon in a straight line like this and make one end acid and put NH2 at alpha carbon, and then at the last carbon add NH2. This becomes lysine. So understanding and memorizing the structure of lysine is very easy, and it is an essential amino acid. That is why you need to remember the structure of. And catabolism is also very easy if you understand the structure. So this group is a very special type of amino group. This is called epsilon amino group. If you count this carbon from here to here, the carbon becomes the carbon that is attached with functional group is alpha carbon, then this is beta carbon, this is gamma, delta, and this is epsilon. So that therefore this is called epsilon amino group. Epsilon amino group that is present in lysine. So what happens in catabolism is first this epsilon amino group is removed in two-step process, and then this carbon is oxidized. So ultimately in three-step process, this whole molecule this carbon is deaminated and oxidized, as you can see here. So this is deaminated here, this carbon. You can compare that carbon of this carbon with the carbon of lysine. So here deamination and oxidation, and this carbon, last carbon, turns into a carboxylic carbon. This compound is called 6 carbon containing dicarboxylic acid, is adipic acid. 6 carbon dicarboxylic acid is adipic acid. So amino group is present at alpha carbon. This is adipic. This is a different type of amino acid that is not present in our protein, non-standard amino acid, because it has an amino and acid also. This is called amino acid, and this is called amino adipic acid. So this is called amino adipic acid. Adipic acid means the 6 carbon containing dicarboxylic acid. Now this converts into amino adipic acid. Now next reaction will be the removal of this amino group, and this turns into ketoadipic acid. So in four step this whole amino acid will convert into amino adipic acid by removal of this amino and this amino group. So 2 amino group will be removed, and this amino acid, there will not be modification, there will not be any change in number of carbon structure. So this whole carbon chain will convert into alpha ketoadipic acid. So let's see the reaction stepwise. So first 2 reaction is the reaction of removal of this amino group. You can see the reaction is not exact transamination reaction that we see the classical transamination reaction, where what will happen is PLP is utilized. Here PLP or vitamin B6 is not utilized, but alpha ketoglutarate is utilized. So alpha ketoglutarate first will bind to this amino group here, and it will form a compound called saccharopin. And this saccharopin will convert into alpha. So alpha amino, this is alpha group only, amino adipate semialdehyde, because this is not completely oxidized. That is why amino adipate semialdehyde. And this glutamate will be released. This alpha ketoglutarate will take amino group and it will be released as glutamate to be released. So this is, you can see it is a transfer of amine group is happening here from this lysine to alpha ketoglutarate, but it is not a conventional type of transamination reaction. Two-step process. In two-step, transfer of amine occurs from this lysine to alpha ketoglutarate, and alpha ketoglutarate ultimately convert into, you can see, glutamate. And this two-step process is catalyzed by these two enzymes: lysine alpha glutarate reductase, lysine alpha ketoglutarate reductase, and this is saccharopin dehydrogenase. This two enzyme actually is part of a bifunctional enzyme called amino adipate semialdehyde synthase, AASS, amino adipate semialdehyde synthase. This enzyme catalyzes these two reactions, and this enzyme is present in mitochondria of liver, because the catabolism of lysine occurs in mitochondria of liver mainly, and minor pathway both it occurs in mitochondria as well as in peroxisome. So this, if you see, if there is disorder of peroxisome in Zellweger syndrome, so what will happen is this pipecolic acid will be raised. So this signifies peroxisomal disorder, and this is used as a test in Zellweger syndrome also. So this is the significance of this pathway. Now let's talk about how this amino adipate is catalyzed. First, amino adipate will be transamination through transamination reaction. So amine group of this alpha amine group of this amino adipate will be transferred to alpha ketoglutarate, and alpha ketoglutarate convert into glutamate. Now this molecule converts into keto adipate through this reaction. This is a conventional type of transamination reaction where PLP is utilized, vitamin B6 is utilized. Now formation of alpha keto adipate will happen after removal of both amino group. So this is the product that we get also from tryptophan catabolism. So in tryptophan catabolism also we get alpha keto adipate. So now this alpha keto adipate will undergo decarboxylation reaction. You can compare this reaction also with branched amino acid catabolism. In branched amino acid catabolism, first step is transamination. Here also you will see the removal of amine group in 4 steps. First 3 steps, epsilon amino group is removed and this carbon is oxidized, and then this 4th step process, this is transamination of this amino group occurs. So 4 step, both amino group is removed. Now what molecule we get is alpha keto adipate. So we get this alpha keto adipate from lysine catabolism and also from tryptophan catabolism. Let's talk about the catabolism of this alpha keto adipate. In that sense, we are also studying the catabolism tryptophan also in that sense. So alpha keto adipate, the first reaction after this deamination removal of amine, first reaction is oxidative decarboxylation. Oxidative decarboxylation here I have not shown. So NAD plus will convert into NADH plus, and carbon dioxide also will be released. This carboxy group will be released as carbon dioxide. The compound convert this alpha keto adipate will convert into glutaryl coenzyme. Sorry, this is not keto, this is glutaryl coenzyme A. This converts into glutaryl coenzyme A. And this glutaryl coenzyme A is a 5 carbon compound. If you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 5 carbon compound. Now this 5 carbon compound will undergo oxidation similar to beta oxidation of fatty acid. Beta oxidation, it will undergo beta oxidation. So beta oxidation, as I have already told in beta oxidation, or here also I will tell you. So beta oxidation is a process of 4 consecutive reaction that is defined by mnemonics. OHOT reaction: oxidation, hydration, oxidation, and thiolysis. So this molecule will undergo this 4-step of reaction: OHOT reaction, oxidation, hydration, oxidation, and thiolysis. Let's see the reaction. So this glutaryl coenzyme A dehydrogenase catalyze the conversion of this glutaryl coenzyme A into glutaconyl coenzyme A. This dehydrogenase insert a double bond at alpha carbon. This is alpha carbon. The carbon attached to functional group is called alpha carbon. To this alpha carbon, double bond is inserted here. To this alpha carbon, double bond is inserted by this enzyme. And this enzyme is a very important enzyme because deficiency of this enzyme is related to glutaric aciduria, type 1 glutaric aciduria. In this condition, this is an autosomal recessive condition. In this condition, what will happen? The basal ganglia is invert. Basal ganglia of a baby will be invert. So baby will have ecdyptoid movement, chorea type of movement, the movement that we see in Huntington's disease. Such type of movement we can see in baby. So this enzyme deficiency causes high in glutaric acid. That is why this is called glutaric aciduria. Now let's talk about the catabolic pathway. So after insertion of double bond, there will be hydration. So addition of water will be there. After addition of water, so this is O reaction, oxidation reaction, H reaction, this is hydration reaction, and then this is also oxidation. So hydroxyacyl dehydrogenase will remove the proton from this two. So this will oxidize this hydroxyglutaride into beta ketoglutaride coenzyme. This beta ketoglutaride coenzyme will undergo thiolysis. So OHOT, through thiolysis it will release 1 acetyl coenzyme A, and what remained is malonyl coenzyme A. So malonyl coenzyme A will undergo decarboxylation. It will release a CO2, and after releasing CO2 it will also convert into acetyl coenzyme A. So in that way lysine converts into 2 acetyl coenzyme. One lysine converts into 2 acetyl coenzyme A plus 2 carbon dioxide. So this is how lysine is a purely ketogenic amino acid. Lysine is a purely ketogenic amino acid. So this is how we have seen the catabolic pathway of lysine. Let me revise, let me summarize. So lysine catabolism occurs, the major pathway of lysine catabolism is saccharopin pathway. In saccharopin pathway, first what will happen is amine group will be removed, and after removal of both amine group, epsilon amino and alpha amino, the compound formed is alpha keto adipate, and this alpha keto adipate will undergo decarboxylation reaction. Decarboxylation reaction is done by the same enzyme that is present in Krebs cycle, alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, and then compound formed is glutaryl coenzyme A. This glutaryl coenzyme A will undergo a beta oxidation, and as a result of beta oxidation, 2 acetyl coenzyme A and 1 CO2 will be formed. This is how lysine is a ketogenic amino acid. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe the channel, like the video, and press the bell button so that you will get the notification whenever I upload the video. And please, if you have any question, please put your question or query in the comment box below.